we are going to read pages 34 and 35. So this is kind of a continuation of the story we read yesterday. So listen up. I'll just kind of summarize what we read. Yesterday we read about factors that affect people's visual perceptions and memory. Let's keep reading to find out how these factors can make eyewitness testimony problematic. So remember, we talked about, the people who witness stuff, they may not remember everything, okay? Well, we're going to read about that now at least. So, everybody, here's what I need you to do. Point your finger on the top of page 34, okay? We're going to go through the first page. Listen up, here's how it's going to work. The first page, when I pause, I'm going to call on specific people to say the word out loud, okay? The second page, when I pause, everybody's going to say the word out loud. Okay, so I just want you guys to be accountable, so make sure we're putting our drawings away, phones away. Okay, so as long as you guys are paying attention, we'll get through this very quick, and then we'll just answer the key idea question on the top of page, on the top of page 35 here. Okay, so something I want to...
Wait, it's 30.
Yeah, we're going to start on 34, but at the end we're going to answer this question. So the question we're going to be thinking about as we're reading, listen up, the question we need to think about as we're reading is, according to the author, what's the problem with eyewitness testimony? So are there problems with eyewitness testimony? So be thinking about that as we read. Okay, so again, point your finger to the top of page 34. When I pause on this page and I call on you, your name, you're going to say the one word that I pause at, okay? The second page is going to be everybody. So I like that I see pointer fingers over there, Jack, Gabe, doing awesome, Dylan, appreciate, Alex, yeah, top of page 34. Maybe I said that wrong. 34. Okay. Actually, you're ready to go. Thanks for being ready to go. Okay. In July 1977, Flying Jack
Magazine
reported the fatal crash of a small McKaylee that killed all 8 people aboard and one person who was on the ground. Perfect. 60 eyewitnesses were interviewed. 2 eyewitnesses who had actually seen the Beckham
impact.
Airplane. Perfect. So seen the airplane just before the Braden. You're good.
You're in the same area.
You're good. The impact. Perfect. Testified at a hearing to investigate the accident. The plane, one of the eyewitnesses explained, was heading right toward the ground, straight miles
down.
Perfect. This witness apparently did not know that several photographs clearly, Abdullah, showed good that the airplane hit flat and at a low enough angle to Alex.
Scoot.
Perfect. For almost 1,000 feet. Eyewitnesses are also important for criminal. Dylan?
Investigation.
Thank you. Suppose that a crime occurs. The Alicia? Police, good, are notified. Okay, so a crime occurs, police are notified. They arrive at the scene and begin to ask Birkin.
Question.
Perfect. What happened, the witnesses asked. What did the assailant look, Braden?
Right.
Yep. After the witness tells the police what he can, Jack?
Remember.
Good. He may be asked to come to the... Abdullah?
Police station.
Thank you. To look through a set of photographs. The witness is asked to indicate whether he has, Charlie,
Seen
any of them before. Okay? So, you're a witness to a crime, the police call you down, and then they show you a bunch of photographs, ask you if you've seen any people before. Who, raise your hand if you've ever seen something like that, like a movie or on a TV show. Okay, it is, okay, good. So, it is pretty common, the police do that. Maybe not for every crime they investigate, but, for ones where there's a victim involved. Okay? Alright, top of page 35. On this page, when I pause, I want to hear everybody say the word, okay? If we can make it through this page with everybody following along, I'm going to have Jen come around and hook you guys all up with a piece of candy. So, it's only one page, everyone just follow along. It's only one word every sentence or so. So, I like that I see pointer fingers all on this side of the room. Let's get pointer fingers. Appreciate you being ready to go over here. Everyone's doing a really good job today. Almost done here with the whole group lesson. keep in mind that most witnesses want to Good.
Help.
In the case of a violent crime or assault, they have added incentive to help the police
Capture.
a violent criminal. Although witnesses try hard to
Identify.
the true criminal when they are uncertain or when no one person in the lineup exactly matches their memory, they will often identify the
Person.
who best matches their recollection of the
Criminal.
Perfect. Okay. Often their choice is
Wrong.
Good. Okay. So who in here has heard about somebody who's been in prison that's gotten released after a long time for being convicted of a crime they're wrongly convicted of? Okay. So you guys have probably heard. Good. So you guys have probably heard stories about people that are in the last 10 years starting to get released from prison. Not that it's a ton, but some people that have gotten accused and convicted of crimes, they weren't actually the person who committed the crime. So, before technology was really good and they just relied on eyewitness testimony, somebody might have been really scared or didn't fully see, and they would see somebody kind of similar to who they thought it was and just say, yeah, that's them. And then they would lock them up. Okay, and then the person that was being charged, they couldn't do really anything about it. So, but that can be a wrong choice because sometimes when you're scared or things are happening and your adrenaline's pumping, it's hard to remember all the facts. Okay, so we're on paragraph 9, second one down. On this last page, we got 4 more to make it through. What are the solutions to this
Problem.
Good. It would be a tragic mistake to exclude all eyewitness testimony. Very often, it is the only
Evidence.
available, and often an eyewitness's testimony is
Correct.
Good. But what about that small percentage of times when it is incorrect? How can we protect the
Right.
of the innocent person who might be falsely accused? Okay, so most of the time, your eyewitness testimony is correct, but sometimes people are wrong. Right? It's just like our memories. I mean, you and your best friend might have experienced something together, but it doesn't mean you're going to remember it exactly the right way. Okay, next paragraph, starting with defense attorneys. Defense attorneys often ask judges to
Read.
a list of instructions to the jury on the dangers of eyewitness
Identification.
Okay, the word's identification. What's that word, everybody?
Identification.
Good. Okay. But the instructions tend to be hard for many people to follow. Another possible solution in eyewitness cases is expert
Testimony.
testimony. Good. Do you guys remember what testimony is? This is what you're talking about, right? Okay. A psychologist can explain to the jury how human memory works. Okay. This is what I do. I testify in court about the nature of human memory and the psychological
Factors.
Good, that affect eyewitness testimony. I testify in cases where eyewitness identification is the only or
Main.
evidence against the defendant. Some of these are
Death.
penalty cases where the consequences of a
Mistaken.
I was up there looking at it.
Okay, rather, mistaken identification are potentially irreversible. Okay, when I testify in a criminal trial, my testimony does not guarantee that innocent
People.
good will go free, but it undoubtedly
Increases.
their chances. Okay, so it increases their chances of going free. If you have an expert witness, explain why eyewitness testimony can be wrong. Okay, so according to the author, what's the problem with eyewitness testimony? Okay, what's the problem with it? Look right here, paragraph 9, this sentence right here, what does it say? Oh wait, sorry, I underlined the wrong one, my bad.
It's paragraph.
Wrong sentence. Okay, oh, sorry. I think I'm looking at the wrong paragraph.
Is it paragraph 8? First paragraph. Oh, first paragraph.
The first paragraph on this page.
You know what it is? Last sentence in the first paragraph.
Oh, okay, yeah, alright. Okay, so sorry. Yeah, I just couldn't remember where it was. Alright, so, According to the author, what's the problem with eyewitness testimony? What's wrong with the? Who can remember? What did we read? Okay, so it says in there that they often identify the person who matches their recollection of a criminal. Their choice is wrong. Okay, so do we remember always what we see exactly?
No.
No, okay, so the problem with the eyewitness testimony is that we don't always exactly remember what we see. Okay, so everybody write this down. So we don't remember exactly what we see. I mean, I wish I could say I remembered every day and every detail of when I was 8 years old, but I don't remember any of it. Okay? So once you get that down, make sure you copy it all the way down. Once you get a period, I'll come and check it off, and you guys can go ahead and put your book away. Perfect.
I did well in the workbook. Braden, I did well in workbook. You don't jump around during workbook time.
Perfect. Yes, make sure you got a period there at the end.
Lisa.
I just forgot.
Like it. That's fun.
Okay, once you get your sentence off, then we'll look up the piece of candy. Appreciate you guys reading nice and loud with me. Thanks for getting this stuff filled out in those pages.
Did I